So I don't need to tell you that people with obesity face stigma and bias on the daily, whether it's subconscious or conscious. People with obesity are subject to what's almost like the last acceptable outward bias that's out there. You can't discriminate against people for all kinds of reasons, but the one that seems to be okay still is obesity. And it boils down to that same myth that obesity is a lifestyle choice, which it's not. It's a disease. And until we hammer that fact home to everyone out there, things aren't going to change. So super important that we stick together and remind people obesity is a disease, not a lifestyle choice, and there's something you can do about it. So why is there all this, why is there such a hard hurdle to clear about this one sort of what should be a simple topic? And it's because of what we started to talk about earlier, which is obesity being a phenotype. So because I can see your obesity just by looking at you, I think I know why you got it, and I think I know what you can do to treat it. And over the years, the media and everybody else, the government, insurance companies have all said, well, what you can do to treat it is eat less and exercise more, which is totally untrue and has been proven hundreds of studies to not be true, yet we still talk about it. And that's because we have this bias that, I diet and exercise and I don't have a obesity problem, so why can't you? Why can't somebody else? It's just simplistic thinking that's just it shouldn't really be tolerated any longer, especially in the medical community. And but there's still people in the medical community, and maybe unfortunately you've run into these people as you've sought help or sought care, who just keep telling you the same old thing. And part of it is because people are so concerned about what is the treatment going to do to you, especially if you're young, and way less concerned about what your obesity is going to do to you, especially if you're so young. So the bias, another bias, is against treating the disease. There's a whole concept that, so when I first started doing surgery on kids, especially young kids, lots of folks would criticize me. In fact, I was invited to give a national talk at a big meeting, and I was an invited speaker to present my data because it was so new and cutting edge. And then afterwards, many in the audience felt the need to stand up and tell me that I was a monster or didn't know what I was doing, and which was cool, actually. It was kind of fun. But the point of it was that they didn't understand the disease process, and they were accusing me of creating people with eating disorders. They also didn't know that all the evidence, all the science that's out there that actually shows that obesity treatment makes an eating disorder less likely, not more likely. And I would even argue that if you have a disease that is diet-related, food-related, even though it's not only because of what you eat, but it's part of the environmental puzzle, that maybe you have a disordered eating behavior or something that may not meet the criteria that they use for an eating disorder, but it's a disorder. You need help. And so rather than preventing you from getting help that you need, those communities should be embracing it, working with us. Let's do this together, because we're all in this together. And it's sort of, again, it blows my mind that the people who want to push either medicine or surgery, why? Why do we even have that discussion? We should be saying, what can we do to help our patients the best that we can? And it's really damaging, as again, I don't really need to tell you that if you experience bias in the healthcare space, that makes you even less likely to participate in your healthcare because the providers aren't making you feel safe or heard or important. I have one example that is sort of one of the worst, but basically there was a kid who went to an emergency room that I know of, which was at a children's hospital, and he was 14 or something, but a kid with obesity, so big kid. I don't remember how much he weighed or whatever. In the ER at this children's hospital told him basically, you should go find an adult dentist who can take care of you. So imagine what what does that sound like to that 14-year-old kid? To that 14-year-old kid, it sounds like, wow, I'm so fat that the children's hospital won't take care of me. It's crazy. And that was at a children's hospital, a place that's designed to treat children. And unfortunately, that kind of stuff happens all the time. So while fighting bias and stigma seems like a Herculean task, it's important. I have a video that I made with some of I'm not in the video, my patients made this video, and it's available on the American Academy of Pediatrics District of Columbia chapter website, if you want to find it there, or put comments in the box and maybe I'll send you guys a link to it or whatever so everybody can see it. But it's my patients who are talking about what they felt like when they were in front of providers who didn't treat them with respect. So hopefully you're not in that situation, but if you are, you got to find a new provider, get out of it, get out of that situation, find somebody new to talk to. And, I can help with that. If you need some help, maybe if you send me, some details, I'll try my best, because that's what I'm here for, to help. And feel confident in your choices to take care of yourself and do something about it, because there are others out there who say that you can be healthy at every size, or that obesity, food is medicine. It's a big thing in the government right now. And that's what we're gonna talk about next time, because there are nuggets of truth, but not all is truth. And so, tune in next time, share the information with your friends, provide feedback, provide comments, and we'll talk more.